Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue, and are you hot? Man, it's hot everywhere, and today we gave out watermelons to the cats. They love getting seasonal treats, and they love tearing up those watermelons. They don't really eat them, they just tear them up. But it's a lot of fun for them, and you will be seeing lots of great watermelon footage coming soon. Meanwhile, I have some Big Cat news, which is at bigcatrescue.org/news. The court orders short sentence Tiger King Joe Exotic, Texas, Netflix, Florida, Tiger King, Oklahoma. Well, there's a headline. What that's talking about is his sentence was vacated, and so he'll have to be resentenced. Into the lion's mouth, the controversy surrounding India's big cats. So this is on efforts to relocate the lions from the Gir National Park that has been stalled for more than a decade. We have Karen Nash, who has been helping us go after some of these circus acts that we feel exploit and abuse big cats. And so the Royal Bengal tigers were recently cited for keeping tigers in cramped travel cages in a barn. And I read this report. It was done by Roadside News, or Roadside Zoo News. And if you click on each one of these articles, you can actually go to it. And they also had the USDA report, which is something I've never seen anybody but us do. So I was glad to see that they had reported on what had happened there, because most people don't understand that not only are the lives of circus animals horrible while they're performing, they're even worse when they're not, because then they're stuck in those little rolling transport wagons usually, and they don't have big fancy places for those animals to go when they're not on the road performing. So they end up being stuck in warehouses, in tin sheds, in horrific situations. I've seen them actually with no shade whatsoever, and this was a big circus, like one of the biggest circuses, and they just stuck them out in the field. So it's a horrible life for these animals, and they were finally cited for it. The problem is USDA will cite places like that for decades. And usually it's more than 6 years before they ever will call it into court for them to have a come to Jesus meeting. And then they usually let them get off with just accepting a $2,500 fine. Sometimes it's more than that, but these people just feel like it's the cost of doing business, I think. And they have no incentive whatsoever to invest in providing decent housing for these animals when they're not on the road. So please just don't go to the circus, and when you see our alerts, help us alert other people not to go to the circus if they have big cats. Feds cite Roadside Zoo for classroom cub exhibit after a tip. Yep, we are always helping out PETA any way we can, and they help us any way that they can. And with all of these animal protection groups working together, these tips really are having an impact. So if you see something happening and it's abusive, let us know. Let all of us know. We will all attack it from every different angle. Cincinnati Zoo could welcome groundbreaking litter of Texas ocelot kittens, except that I absolutely do not believe you should be breeding these cats for life in cages. That's not conservation. Sumatran tiger cubs born at Wildlife Safari. Yeah, same deal. Leopard terror in Sayawali Range. Woman mauled in her house while sleeping. Yeah, leopards can get into an awful lot of trouble because they're really good at staying hidden. Bobcat seen on west side of Albuquerque, just chilling on the porch. I hope the people will be happy that he's there taking care of vermin. I had a call today from somebody wanting me to relocate a cat out of their neighborhood because it was doing the same thing. It was just hanging out in the back garden, wasn't bothering anybody, just cooling off in the shade. And I try to always explain to people that these animals are great neighbors to have. They're horrible pets, but they're great neighbors because they almost never contract rabies, and yet they keep the rabies vector vermin under control. So if you have a bobcat in your neighborhood, count yourself lucky. Tigress cub that killed 2 men in Uttar Pradesh may have moved. Officials on the lookout to prevent return. Wonder how old that was. How to fight off a mountain lion, cougar, or puma in the Deseret.com. How about you just stay out of their territory? Longest dispersal of a female tiger recorded in the central of India. Traveled 99 kilometers from her home site at Panna Tiger Reserve. Wow. Yeah, these cats can travel, which is another reason why they don't belong in cages. Watched Sherney, the how, why, and some interesting finders of tiger tracking explained. That's always fascinating. Indiana Wildlife Center, owned by Tim Stark, man featured in Netflix Tiger King, auctioned off after a court ruling. What I'm curious about is he owed PETA over $700,000, and PETA did try to get the courts to intercede before allowing him to auction off everything and run with the money. So I'll be really interested to see whether or not the courts bothered to make sure that he was not able to pocket that money. Former resident had exotic cat confiscated in Georgia, wants to bring it back to South Carolina because South Carolina is a state with no laws. Yeah, there's 4 states like that, and everybody knows where to go if you want to get around the laws in all of the other states. So I am really hoping this woman does not manage to get this serval back because it already escaped from her once, which shows that she does not know what she's doing. That's my opinion. Sheriff warns public after a mountain lion attack in Fairfield. First responders shouldn't have to tackle tigers. That was an excellent article written by my beloved Howard Baskin and Carnian Nasser Garcia and I. Bobcat spotted prowling under pinions on Barranca Mesa. What a pretty bobcat. Oh, love that. Houston Zoo announces the birth of 2 charismatic ocelot cubs. Again, why the heck are they breeding these cats for life in cages? Starving bobcat cub rescued by BC Animal Rehab Center. It's about the age of some of them that we've been rescuing lately, and we just brought in another one yesterday if you haven't heard. With over 70 big cats, Ranthambore is booming with tiger population, but there's a space crunch. Yeah, that can happen. Former East Rockaway resident cited for alleged mistreatment of tiger. This clown, Larry Wallach. I just can't even. If you go to 911animalabuse.com and look up Larry Wallach, you'll learn everything you need to know about that guy. Stuffed with love, bereaved pet owners turn to taxidermy in Pakistan. Oh, that is just gross what that guy's doing with that tiger cub. I also have a coordinator report. This is from July the 18th. I don't know why we haven't had any reports since then, but Linda Licht wrote on July the 18th, another Sunday fun day that didn't disappoint. Plenty of volunteers and a lot accomplished while having fun and some excitement. Erin and Barbara joined me early for Meds and Supplements. Erin also took care of rehab bobcats today. Interns and feeders arrived at 7:30 and took care of chores and lockouts. We all went to feed, including Barbara, Emma, Riley, Babs, Rebecca, Sarah, Jennifer, Nikki, Lisa, Deidre, Penny, Mai, and me. All the cats ate great. Tammy arrived and immediately went off to take her small cat feeding class. Regina and Anna joined her in the gift shop to do some letters while they waited for the feeders to finish. Small cat cleaners were Tammy and Dee Dee. Mai trained Anna and me helping out. Big cats were tended to by Babs, Jen, Rebecca, Sarah, and Barbara. Fred came in to give his mom a private tour. She was beaming with pride for her son. She always does. And Big Cat Rescue's mission. During cleaning, our awesome project team of Emma, Riley, Penny, Lisa, Nikki, and Regina did a top-down clean of 3 sections of the enclosure of Moses and Bailey bobcats. They completed before breaking for lunch. After lunch, most of the keepers went out to do operant sessions with our cats, and Mai got a sign-off. Just one more to go! Emma and Riley worked on food prep. Tammy and Regina did a stick pickup run and then handed out small cat blood sickles. Babs and Barbara restocked the water in the leopard lounge and in the e-barn and picked up trash and recycling. Babs spent the rest of the afternoon in the barn restocking the freezers with plenty of chicken, turkey, and tuna sickles. Jen R. grabbed a mower and cut the grass in several sections from in front of Alethea Serval up to the mound next to the gift shop. Barbara and I were on our way to give out big cat blood sickles when we got a call from Rebecca that there was an injured hawk behind Jasmine's enclosure. We got nets and carrier, and it was a team effort to catch him. Regina and Barbara took him to Blue Pearl and reported that x-rays showed no broken bones or obvious injuries, so they were hoping to turn him over to a raptor rehabber. Lisa sang a traditional Mexican song to Kimba Tiger. It was really beautiful. Sarah C. did PM supplements and tried a grooming session with Loki, the Savannah cat. Lisa and Dee Dee spent the rest of the afternoon doing the appeal letters. I mowed around food prep in the hospitals. Emma and Riley got an early start on chores, and then we had well-deserved cat time at the end of the day. Catherine came in to do the PM meds. Thanks to all who helped out today and every day. And that was from Linda Licht. And you can stay up to date with everything Big Cat Rescue is doing at bigcatrescue.org. We are on all the social sites as Big Cat Rescue. We're on just about every podcasting app that you can name. Just search for Big Cat Rescue. And if you would, this is a really critical time. I gotta take this. I'll just tell you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.